The day I took office, after I had told this committee that I would meet with the ethics officials at the department to determine whether recusal was appropriate, the day after that, we had my first meeting, and we had a series of meetings, and since I realized that there was a possibility I would need to recuse myself at the first meeting, I received no information whatsoever from that investigation. Never met with investigators, didn't even know who the lawyers were officially working the case, and reviewed no documents relating to it. We had a little brief from the ethics officials, the nature of the case, because you need to know something about the case before you can make an official recusal decision. When I recused myself, we sent an email out to all the key people in the Department of Justice, including the FBI Director Comey, that I would be not investigation, that neither I nor my staff, the Attorney General's staff, were to be involved in this investigation or receive information about it. Director Comey once said that he didn't get this, but we've got the document, the email to him directly by name. I'm sure he gets a lot and he may have missed it, but we definitely did that, and I've complied with that rigorously.
So if I could just make sure.
So for the purpose of the Russian investigation, the Attorney General of the United States is Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. He makes all the decisions and manages the processes and guarantees its integrity.
Have you spoken with President Trump about Special Counsel Mueller or his investigation at any point?
I've never discussed anything with him well, I'm not going to comment on the conversations we've had because I think that violates the privilege, executive privilege.
Do you think the Deputy Attorney General made the right decision to appoint a special counsel? You spoke previously in response to another senator's question about knowing Mr. Mueller, having respect for his professionalism, his experience. Do you think that was the right choice?
The decision to appoint a special counsel depends on the facts and circumstances of the case of which he was fully apprised, and I'm not, so I'm not able to opine about his judgment. But he's a talented and experienced prosecutor.
You made a statement at the outset that some of the core mission of the Department of Justice, fighting violent crime, keeping our nation safe, respecting rule of law and promoting rule of law. I think it is important, as you have stated, that this investigation reach its natural and full conclusion without any interference. In your view, if the President asked for your advice about whether or not to remove or fire the special counsel, would that be an appropriate conversation for him to have with you?
I have not thought that through, but it's if it deals with the special counsel, I think the communication would need to be directed to the person who supervises the special counsel, and that would be the Deputy Attorney General.